Hey everyone, welcome to Two Car Pros. My name is Ryan and today we're going to be showing you how to replace the fuel pressure sensor on a 2005 Ford Focus with the 2.0 liter inline 4. This is a very easy, simple, straightforward repair that anybody could do even on the side of the road. This is about as easy as it gets. So with that in mind, let's jump in. All right, so I got my scanner hooked up to our Ford Focus here. Now you don't need a scanner as fancy as this one. A basic scanner will also do the trick and give you this code, P0193. And it says fuel pressure sensor circuit high input. Basically means that sensor is faulty, so we need to change it. Symptoms of this include having the check engine light come on, like on this car. Sometimes they can have a hard starting problem or poor fuel mileage because basically the computer doesn't really know exactly how much fuel pressure is in there, and it can't adjust your fuel map, so it just uses the base fuel map, which is always going to be the least efficient. Next, what we can do is a pretty simple step. Just remove the gas cap. This will prevent any excess fuel pressure when we remove the sensor. So when you open your hood, you might think, oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff here, but it's actually really simple. Here's our fuel rail, this silver metal bit here, and here's our sensor right on top. Couldn't be any easier, which is just such a joy. The first thing we can do is remove this vacuum line. Pretty simple, just pulls off. And then this electrical connector, just depress the safety with your thumb and wiggle that bad boy off. Just like that. Now before you go any further, make sure your key is off. And we can remove these 7mm bolts. 7's an interesting size. Usually it's 8 or 6. 7's weird. As this comes off, grab a shop towel, because as you remove this, your fuel pressure is going to kind of bubble out. Now, this is why you turn off the key, so that way more fuel pressure isn't replaced via the fuel pump. Remove these bolts. And a lot of people say you need to purge the system first to get rid of pressure. Here's my argument against that. Because there is a little bit of fuel pressure in here, not a ton, it'll actually help you remove it. Look at that. There we go, it's not bad. Barely any drips at all. Alright, so here's our new unit made by Motorcraft. There's our part number and the link is down below in the description. This was very inexpensive. Got it right off Amazon. Take it out of its packaging. So you just want to compare them, make sure they are identical, especially on the plug, which this is, and on the part that actually does the sensing. Yeah, these look absolutely identical. Very cool. Except this one's nice and new. Before we take it over to the car though, what you're going to want to do is get a little bit of WD-40. Sometimes people use like gasoline for right here, but I like using WD-40. Some people even use engine oil. You just want something to lubricate the O-ring, because you never want to put O-rings in dry. You could even use just fuel if you wanted. The problem with fuel is it'll evaporate, and if you don't work quickly, the O-ring won't be lubricated, and then it has a chance of tearing, which is never good. So that is what it should look like. And don't get any WD-40 down the hole or on this prong here. So now we can reinstall our sensor gingerly. Push it down onto its home. Oh, that felt fantastic. And we can replace our bolts. When you're snugging this thing up, do it as evenly as possible. You don't want to just, do one side really hard and then the other not at all. You just want to, quarter turn there, quarter turn there, quarter turn there, and then back. Just go side to side. Make sure it's snug. These don't need to be Hulk tight. Just snug with your wrist is fine. They're just 7mm bolts. And then replace your vacuum line. And replace our electrical connector. And that just clips right on. Oh yeah, perfect. So now we have our codes again. I'm going to go back one page, another page, and we're going to erase those codes. Ignition is on, the engine is off, correct. Be deleted, perfect. They've been erased. So those codes are now erased. Now the check engine light shouldn't come back on. So I've been running the car for a little while now, drove it around for about 35 miles or so, and the check engine light has not come back on. It's that leftmost light there. So our repair is complete. So that's how to replace a fuel pressure sensor on a 2005 Ford Focus with the 2.0 liter inline 4 Duratec engine. The sensor is only $60 or so on Amazon, and I guarantee you if you took this to a shop, they're probably charging you about 200 bucks, sensor included, to do this job. And this is nowhere near that amount of money for the work. It would have literally taken me 3 or 4 minutes without filming. It's that simple. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time.